I'm just kidding, it's me! It's Ruben Escobar of Escobar Arts and In the Dark Productions. No? You totally thought it was a bee, right? Little honey bee? I know, I get that all the time. So what's up, everybody? This is Ruben Escobar with In the Dark Productions and Escobar Arts. Here with another, Let's Talk Nerd. So what's going on? Wow, so much shit has happened since I posted my last video, man. It's been like, what, 2-3 months? I know I'm falling behind. New Year's happened. Woo! Happy New Year! It's 2019! Holy shit! Right? What else happened? Oh yeah, Christmas happened. So, Merry Christmas Hanukkah to all of you. I know it's been pretty fucking late with that. Happy New Year. Martin Luther King Day has already happened. What are we going? We're already coming into February already, right? Like, January flew by like that. January flew by faster than the DCEU. So anyway, that's what I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Aquaman. Aquaman. Just kidding. It's Aquaman. I'm going to say this when I say it. Aquaman. So yeah. Went to go see Aquaman with Jason Momoa and Amber Heard and Nicole Kidman. And I honestly didn't know until I saw the movie that Willem Dafoe was in it too. I was like, what the shit? Now you can't tell me that Willem Dafoe doesn't look like they tried to do him up like Neymar, the submariner. They totally did. I mean, granted the outfit and everything, but the ears and the face and the hair and the thing with the water and the floating. Submariner! Anyway, yeah, man, so I watched the movie. It was pretty cool. I didn't see it in, like, IMAX or anything like that, but it was pretty fucking cool, you know, in standard, the standard mode, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, standard vision, and it was okay movie. Like, I wasn't totally blown away. The ending was really cool, and it was epic enough to where it made you like, yeah, Aquaman! But, like, not until that part. Because, like, okay, I'm sorry, but Jason Momoa plays Jason Momoa in everything he fucking does. Like, seriously, you know what I mean? Khal Drago? Fucking, what's the dude? The dude from Frontier? I forgot his name! Damn it! But yeah, he plays Jason Momoa in that too! And there was another movie too, called From the Badlands or something, or The Bad Seeds, and he was basically Mexican Jason Momoa. And, you know, like, but that's what dude does, like, and I'm sure millions of women went there to go fucking see him with shirtless and shit, you know? Because, yeah, you get a lot of shirtless Momoa in that, you know, it's Momoa vision. Momoa vision. You know? And, you know, but yeah, so it's got Jason Momoa. God, how many times can we say that fucking name? So it's got Jason Momoa in there, Amber Heard. Like I said, Amber Heard was great. Her fire red hair was actually really fucking cool. You know, did it look natural? Fuck no, it didn't. But it, you know, that's what Mira looks like, you know, so you can't argue that she wasn't, you know, that she didn't look like the source material, because she fucking did. Suit and all of it. The jellyfish fucking dress that she wears during the battle, though, was a little much, you know, and then there was the whole fucking drumming octopus. Yeah, it was venturing off into some Little Mermaid fucking, territory there, you know, with the drumming fucking octopi, with the drumming octopi? There's an octopi that was drumming. And for fuck's sake, like, it was do 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 do. You know, like, I don't know. I don't want to compare it to anything. You know, I went in there not trying to compare it to any MCU movies, but I did notice that they did use a lot of um, I don't know what you want to call it, a lot of like technique, I guess, that you could see in the MCU. You know, because there's a lot of parts, like I said, there's a battle scene where it was him and Ocean Master going toe to toe because he comes to fucking, to challenge the crown and shit. And he's like, "Oh, you sure you want to do this?" And he's like, "For sure." And he's like, "Okay." And they fucking go and battle it out. And in the midst of all this happening, I get this like Thor Ragnarok kind of feel, and I mean, not completely, but just a little bit, like the part where like Thor and Hulk are fighting, and just like Aquaman and Ocean Master were fighting. They were all over the place. They were smashing rocks, fucking getting into crazy like like fighting moves and shit, and they were battling, and it just, I want to know like where these like, okay, for the most part they did show Aquaman training with his fucking mentor guy or whatever the fuck, the guy that was stuck around. But Nicole Kidman is his mom. I don't know if you knew this or not. So I don't know if any of you. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it came out December 22nd, 2018. I know it wasn't not too long. It wasn't not too long ago, but like, I just wanted, like, to put it out there, because, I mean, it's, like, what, almost 2 months going, no, No, it's been a month now. Yeah, it's only been, wow. It's only been a month out. Because today's the 28th, so it's been a month and 5 days. And it's, and if you hadn't had the chance to go see it yet, do yourself a favor and go check it out. It's worth seeing in the theaters, if anything. Like, I was going to wait until it came out in, like, Blu-ray or DVD or some bullshit like that, or get it streaming on Netflix, which I'm pretty sure it'll happen eventually. But I really, I felt like as if it was good enough to see in the theaters. Like, to me, I think any superhero movie is good enough to see in the theaters, because that's the way it's supposed to be shot, right? Big old grand fucking cool scenery and, like, just cinematics and just off the chain. So it was cool. I mean, and it was, and I got a very, like, Avatar feeling from it when they were underwater, because just the way the scenery was, it wasn't dark and gloomy like, the ocean really fucking is. And they kind of explained it a little bit, so that was kind of cool. It wasn't just like, oh, here's some fucking lights and a whole underwater city that nobody else sees and it's totally bright and no explanation whatsoever. No, they said that their eyes changed over time because they evolved from being, like, they weren't always oceanic. They were, like, actually, like, land dwellers and shit like that at one point in time. And it was the Seven Kingdoms, like, they laid out all for you, man, the whole story, the Seven Kingdoms, and then they divided, and then the technology that helped them thrive fucked them up. Like, destroyed they were trying to harness too much power, and it, like, destroyed everything, like, made the earth crack and shit, and, like, the earth crumble and all this. And it was, that at least they explained it. They did give a backstory. It wasn't just, oh, here's a fish man, he talks to fish, I kick ass, Jason Momoa. Like, it was 2 hours and 20 minutes of, like, action and fucking, story and everything. To me, was the story solid? About as solid as a fucking, a wicker basket. I mean, it does its job, it did what it was supposed to do, it did the thing, it didn't completely come apart at the fucking hinges. Was it solid? It had some holes, I mean, it wasn't completely fucking, like, just, wow, great, this is gonna be winning an Oscar, because it's not. At times, like, the one part that I did get that, got a little, a little winded at, or emotionally winded, where I got all emo, was when Aquaman, Arthur Curry, Jason Momoa, finally sees his mom again. Because what happens is that the mom comes to the surface, falls in love with this dude, like, she's all knocked out and shit. She takes him in, or he takes her in, to, like, get her back to health and everything like that. She wakes up, freaks out. They have a moment, she was being hesitant towards his care and all that, just like anybody would, like, oh, I'm in a stranger's house, what the fuck's going on right now, what's inside me? and and like, and they fall in love, and she's not supposed to fall in love with land dwellers because she's the queen of Atlantis, and they have a child, Arthur Curry, and they don't know about it. Like, I guess Atlantis doesn't know about it, but the king at the time basically calls for her back. She goes back kind of willingly. I mean, they have a fight and everything like that in his living room and fuck up his house. And she's like, you know what? I think I've done enough damage. I need to get the fuck out of here. Good luck with that. And, doesn't even give him a number for a fucking high-paid constructor or nothing, or a contractor. Just, here, flip the bill. I've got plenty of coins down under, under the sea, but, you're poor. Fuck off. I'm just kidding. So she takes off back to Atlantis, and he's led to believe that she's just dead. So he waits for her for the last 20 years on this, dock, on this pier that, is by the lighthouse, which he runs, raises his son. His son is secretively, like, seeing, like, oceanic people, like, people from Atlantis and shit, and, like, not telling his dad. Or did tell his dad over time. I don't know, but the dad knows. The dad knows he's Aquaman. Like, come on, you can only... Big ass fucking muscles. You're tall. You don't look like me at all. But you got my, skin tone. But you're way fucking bigger than I am. You're Aquaman. So he knows what he does, and he goes and he saves a submarine. And the submarine is being taken over by, like, I want to say some rogue Navy SEALs. And that's where you get Black Manta and his father from. And the story behind his grandpa and how they got the name Manta and why he's called Black Manta now. So, like I said, the story's okay. Like, it's got a few holes in it. It's a little clanky. It's like that old junker car that you got to hold you got to put the key on the pliers and then twist it and then put the screwdriver in the ignition to keep it there. Like, it's a little clunky, but it worked. It got you there. It went from point A to point B, and it did the thing again. So there's that. And like I said, so, and then he goes, and it's just a continuous story, man. And there's some things, obviously you wish would have given a little bit more attention to, like the whole Black Manta. I would have liked to see a little bit more of him involved, which he was, but at the same time, it was just so, And it wasn't shoehorned, but it was cool. It was, I just felt like they could have made 2 movies out of this one, and, out of the one. And, he goes, and it shows he gets the technology from Atlantis, because they're like, oh, hey, we can't do anything, but you can fuck them up, so here's some shit, do it with it that you please, and please do our job for us. So he does, and he creates the fucking, Black Manta looking shit with the big ass helmet with the, laser eyes and stuff. The quintessential looking Black Manta that we all have come to love, in the comics and everything, and the animations. So he's going at that. He's doing that thing, and Aquaman's basically going on this quest to find Atlan's pitchfork, fucking spaghetti fork, dinner fork, his trident. Forks up, forks down, forks sideways. Extra points if you know what that's from. And yeah, he finds the trident. He gets the trident. He finds his mom. Amber Heard fucking uses some hydro telekinesis to activate this machine. They throw in some comic relief. There's plot holes, and then he goes back to the ocean again to face Ocean Master, who's Ocean Master now, because he basically got all of the 7 kingdoms back together again to wage a war on Earth, or on the fucking, the land dwellers, if you will. And Arthur Curry, Aquaman, is there to stop it, and that's where he dons his final form. Just like Frieza, he's all slick now in his like cool ass fucking Aquaman, uniform and shit. And it's like armor. It's not just like a latex suit or anything like that. So it makes sense. It looks a little corny, but it's cool, because it's the Aquaman we know. And it's iconic. Like, it's, I used to think that the A on the belt was for Aquaman. It's not. It's for Atlantis. Of course it is. Did he fly on like stingrays and dolphin? No, he didn't fucking stand on two dolphins and swim through the ocean. Did he talk to fish? Yes, he did. And they did the whole no 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 no. And there's a whole like Geppetto Pinocchio joke in there with the whale. You'll find out when you see it. But yeah, Amber Heard looks great in the movie, man. Like, she was flawless. Her acting was good. Jason Momoa's acting was good. He looked all right. I couldn't take him serious as Aquaman. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been better if like it was a little bit more like mysterious, like the Aquaman or something like that at first, and then maybe and then finally at the end of the movie be like, oh, I am Aquaman, which he does that. There's a scene where he's talking about it and he's just like, I was a nobody, and first I was fighting for my people, and then I was fighting for a kingdom, and now I am the Aquaman. So yeah. I'm sure they drank a lot of water while filming Aquaman and whatever. I don't know where I was going with that. But it's a little weird because it's like, okay, they're supposed to like be these super beings and shit, but they have to take ships to get to Atlantis. Like, why do you need underwater ships? Like, you guys like swim underwater. You're Aquaman. You're fucking Mira. Like, you guys like are the kings of the ocean. Why don't you just swim there? Who knows? Could it be compression? Were they worried about getting squashed? Because it's kind of weird, because when they were down there and they were out of their ships just floating around freely, nothing happened. Like, okay, then why the fuck couldn't you swim from here to there? What's going on here? Why? Whatever. Some things will never be answered. Some things were answered. They went to history. They went to the future. Definitely going to be an Aquaman 2. And from what I hear, it's already confirmed. Like, they're doing a sequel, which is fine. That's good. Wonder Woman did really well. They're coming out with a sequel for her. To me, honestly, I think the Man of Steel did really well as well. Also, I mean, I thought it was a pretty solid fucking movie. Was it the greatest movie? Probably not. But it was cool. Like, I thought it was a really good Superman flick. And, I don't know why they're not coming up with a sequel to it. I swear to God, if they fucking make Batman vs. Superman canon for the sequel to Man of Steel, I'll shit myself. I'll have runny diarrhea for a week. I'll give myself runny diarrhea for a week. I'll eat Taco Bell or something straight. So Aquaman's doing really well, so why not give it a sequel? I would watch a sequel. For sure, you should watch a sequel too. But yeah, Aquaman was really cool. The story was good. It had a beginning, it had a middle, it had an end. Did it need to be 2 hours long? Probably not. They could have made 2 movies out of the one, but it just, the flow of it, sometimes you get that flow, like, Captain America, Civil War, or, no, not Civil War, but Winter Soldier. To me, that flowed really well. This movie wasn't, not quite there. It's, like I said, it's some rough edges and stuff, but overall it was a good movie. So, if you haven't seen it yet, I'm sure it's out in theaters right now. You can probably go see it in IMAX. And I don't even know if I would waste the money to see it in IMAX. I mean, the visuals were pretty stunning, but I felt like it was just kind of like, what is it? What do you call it, man? When you do things, you're just doing things for the fans. It's oh damn it, what do they call it? It's on the tip of my tongue. You know what I mean? When they do things just for the sake of doing it, for the fans. Crowd pleasing or whatever, you know what I mean? And whatever. I felt like they did that a lot. Fan service. Fan service. That's what it is. I'm starting to remember. I forgot there for a second. But yeah, they do a lot of fan service in there, which is cool, not cool, whatever, it is what it is. Anyway, go check it out. Aquaman by DC Comics, DC Universe, directed by James Wan, starring Amber Heard, Jason Momoa, Willem Dafoe, and Nicole Kidman, who I thought did really well as well, but they did the whole, like, the Ant-Man and the Wasp thing when they found the Wasp, the original Wasp, the mom. she was like all like in this like crazy like like quantum realm Badlands place, and she made all this armor and shit out of nothing because there was nothing there. That's how I felt with Aquaman's mom. And she had all this like like post-apocalyptic fucking armor on and shit like that. But I get it, she is at the bottom of the ocean, but still, like, was that necessary? Did you have to fucking get all, post-apocalyptic and shit about it? Like, come on, get the fuck out of here. It was funny, it was cool, it wasn't, I don't know. So anyway, this is Ruben Escobar with Escobar Arts and In the Dark Productions with Let's Talk Nerd, telling you to go see the Aquaman. Or not. That's cool too. You have to listen to what I'm saying, right? Fuck me. See you guys later. Stay nerdy.